Hey everybody, it's Josh here. I've been meaning to do this video for a little while, but this morning I woke up and I was thinking a little bit about healthcare, and I was going to do a video about it, and I realized it would be futile because people have already made up their mind about so many issues. It's really a personal approach that each person has to take because there's a lot of BS to wade through in order to know exactly what is going on in this world. A lot of the world's nations have socialized health care, but the United States, for some reason, is very resistant to it, and it's mostly because of what these factions like the Tea Party have told us. It's so horrible, and I'm not going to sit and debate it. I just wanted to read this article here because I found that it really got my point across better than I could. And this is written by a guy in the UK. Excuse me. It's called Shut Down, Shut Up, both with question marks, like shut down or shut up. This is from October 2nd, 2013. And it doesn't have the guy's name on here, so I'll just read it. It says, so what does that mean, really? Can you tell the difference? That is, between the title, Shut Down and Shut Up. Although it is undoubtedly a pain for many government workers and a huge, colossal waste of taxpayers' money, I guess the Tea Party showed us. Over something as simple and humane as health care, the neocons have shut down the U.S. government. To be honest, I can barely recall the last time this happened. Why do I suddenly feel the need to sit on a rocking chair on the front porch and ramble? Perhaps we don't pay them enough to care. Or maybe the poor just aren't worth saving. What can possibly be going through the minds of elected officials who are willing to punish the entire nation just because they can't pack up their marbles and go home? Of course, I am presuming that they have marbles to pack up. As a taxpayer of over 30 years, pushing on 40, I think I have earned the right to say, children, behave. The Tea Party shenanigans have been childish from the start, trying to co-opt the spirit of rebellion against tyranny in a country that plainly has too much time on its hands, among other things. I often ponder how a nation with the resources of the United States can proudly tote one of the most inhumane healthcare systems in the developed world, and I'm not talking about Obamacare. We live in a country. If best-selling author John Green is to be believed, and I'm a believer, we pay more for healthcare than countries with socialized medicine and get less out of it. Why do we put up with it? Tea, anyone? Who has the actual gumption to climb aboard a ship and throw the cargo overboard? Today we call it piracy. Hey, stop that download, and we throw people in jail for it. But shut down the government? That's okay. The bus still runs, and I'm still expected to work. Oh, and I work for a UK company, the irony of it all. When I lived in the United Kingdom, people complained about health care, but I will say there was no child left behind, if you get my meaning. Our military, I see, remains open for business. We won't cut off the life support of the Tea Party's favorite department. We have our priorities. Somebody has to defend the millions that can't afford health insurance. There was a time when Christianity was all about the healing and taking care of people. Of course, in those days it wasn't yet called Christianity, or even the Tea Party. It was just a guy and his healing touch. Today, some of the most abstract tenets of the fully corporate religious infrastructure determine who it is that deserves health care and who does not. Call it morals, call it marbles. We have a right to decide who can be afforded and who cannot. And anybody who tries to start legislating fair treatment better not try to stand in the way of our comfortable worldview, where those who can afford to withhold compassion can do so under the rule of law and the unborn smile until they become born, when they will soon have to fend for themselves with a government that demands monetary exchange for bodily health. Gee, my blood pressure seems to be up. Good thing the doctor's office is open. At least I hope it is. Okay, so that's the end of the article, and I guess I'm mistaken. He mentioned the UK. I guess he used to live in the UK, now he lives here. But, that's just one article I came across, but it kind of voiced a little bit of how I feel. But, every time I speak up in any support of nationalized health care, I get torn down, and I'm a shill, and, it's just nonsense. But I have to speak how I feel. As an independent contractor for years, working as a carpenter by myself, trying to make ends meet and trying to feed my family, and my wife being a waitress, who basically relies on tips and gets absolutely no benefits whatsoever. For me to get health care for my family would cost me upwards of $800 to $1,000 a month for the prices I was looking at, especially being a carpenter. It's ridiculous. It's ludicrous. People cannot afford these things. And those who have jobs where you have insurance provided for you, that's a great thing for you. But you have to realize that a lot of us don't have that option. And as somebody who suffers from chronic pain and has needed a doctor many times and not been able to afford one, I can say that, if this is what it takes, if we have to socialize medicine to an extent in order to make it affordable for everyone, then so be it. And the big argument a lot of people have is saying that the general healthcare quality will go down if we start helping everyone. Well, you know what? That's total BS. But if that does happen, so be it. We have a pretty good healthcare system. A couple mistakes get made, people get hurt, things get incorrectly assessed, but the doctors aren't going to try less hard. And most doctors are good people, and they want to help people, and they're going to give it the best they can. It might take longer to get in to see a doctor. Maybe this will be an issue, but maybe with the socialized medicine we can at least go to an extent where perhaps we can have more hospitals. Or maybe consider this: if people are able to go see the doctor when they need to, maybe we'll have less people in hospitals all over, because people will be able to take care of the issues before they become chronic illnesses. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not here to try to defend Obamacare by any means, but I am trying to defend the fact that all people deserve to be taken care of. And it's not always so cut and dry as get a job and get some insurance. Bunch of nonsense, I tell you. Take care, everybody.